Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we're going to discuss all about how to build a feedback application using React.js and also Tailwind CSS. Inside the application, you have many features such as a filter, insert, comment, and also many other things. So let's take a look at the project that we're going to create. I click to add feedback and write the title name, React on Tailwind CSS. Select the category. I'm going to select UI. This is the status. I'm going to select the progress, and if you want to add the details, you can do that. I'm going to use just click to add feedback. My feedback has been stored inside the application, and how many feedbacks or suggestions inside the application? Number 7, right? Let's see. I click on that. I'm getting the particular feedback, short description, category, voting, and also comment. Let's add the comment like hello and click to post. My comment has been stored inside the application on particular post. I can edit the feedback by clicking that. So I'm going to use React.js and click save changes. The post has been updated. Let's click on to go back. And the next one is I click on the any category. I'm getting the particular post on behalf of category. This is a roadmap. When I click on the roadmap, I'm getting another page. Another page have my complete roadmaps like plan, progress, live. When you click on anyone, you will get the particular post on there, right? And the cool thing is I can voting it by clicking that. Give me a second, like this, and also I can sort it by selecting the particular voting or commenting. Let's say I select the most comment. I'm getting the most comments. Okay, so this is a complete application. I will use React Redux toolkit and also React Router DOM to add the features, and also I will teach you everything from scratch. But before creating or using the logic inside the application, I will design the application. Once I will design it, then I will teach you step by step how you can use the logic in the React Redux toolkit and also a React Router DOM. So without further ado, let's get started to work on that. So guys, I have successfully designed the application using React and also Tailwind CSS. Let's use the logic by adding the React router term and also React Redux toolkit. So I'm going to open my code editor and I'm going to open my terminal. I'm going to install the package npm install React router DOM. And also we need to use React Redux toolkit. So I'm going to use React Redux toolkit. I'm going to open the link, get started, and where it is. Okay. So I need to get that. And I'm going to install the first one. The next one is used to connect the React Redux toolkit with our application. So give me a second. Okay, so once you install it, you will get the details inside there. So here is a React router term and a React Redux toolkit. So I'm going to close the terminal and close the tabs. The step one, you need to open the, give me a second, main.jsx file. In the main.jsx file, the first step you should be use, okay, I'm gonna browse the router and just get it inside. All right. The next thing is, give me a second, I'm just move it and let's see if I have any error. Yeah, I think something is not now. So I need to remove the tab and go on my. So on behalf of React router term, I will use the logic to display the particular page on particular link. So give me a second, I'll show you. So I'm gonna use the React router, just use routes. Inside the routes you need to use the particular route like this one, which are used to get the particular path and display the particular page. Then I just used tail roadmap, and I'm going to remove these on there. I'm going to save the file, and okay, these are importing, so I need to import them. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to use same thing on there. Just like this. Yeah, I'm getting all of the details inside this one page, but we need to use the logic inside them. So this is by default is my main page, but when I will use slash detail, I think, yeah, I'm getting the detail page. When I will use slash, what is the next, roadmap, I'm getting the roadmap, right? But I will use many logic inside the first page, the next page. So I need to open the first one page, and I'm gonna comment out the model right now. Okay, I'm gonna refresh my page. This is my default page. So the first step, you need to manage the home page. But before managing the home page, I need to work on the React Redux toolkit. Then I will work on the home page, detail page, and many other pages. So I'm going to create a folder, store. Inside the store, I will create a file. First one, I'm going to use feedback slice.js. The next file I will create, that is store.js. In the feedback slice, I will create all of the logics that I need to manage our application, like insert, update, delete, and such. Whatever the feature you will use inside the application, I will add it inside this one page or inside this one file. I will connect it with our application, then I can use it anywhere inside my application. So let's use it. So first of all, I will create before creating it, I have a data folder. Give me a second, I will show you. These are my static data. I will use them, but when you will add the store add the record inside the application, then my updated record will be stored inside the application. So I will use these details by default inside the page. Alright, so I have a data folder, I have a store, I have a feedback. Create object, initial feedback, whatever the name you will be used on there. I will use everything from scale. Assign the object base. In the object base, the first step you need to assign the key and the key is suggestions and also comments, where you want to get the details. So I need to get the detail from import, and I will get the initial suggestions from there, but I need to destruct them, and also we need to get the initial comments. Alright, from data and initial data. So in the initial suggestion you need to assign that, and the initial comment you need to assign it. Alright, you need to use comma, and so this is your object which have a initial suggestion details comments. The next thing you need to create a slice, feedback slice, create a slice. Alright, it is coming from the React Redux toolkit, guys. Alright, so this is object base, so I need to assign the name feedback. Next I'm going to use initial step, which is coming from my initial, just this one. Then we use a reducer. In the reducer I will create all of the functions which help us to manage the application, like insert, update, delete. Alright, before creating a logic to add the functionalities, I need to connect it. So I'm going to use export feedback slice dot reducer. Alright, I need to use it. So this is my simple feedback slice file. Inside they have just static data. I do not use any logic inside this application. I just assign the basic structure. So I need to connect it, so I need to move on the store.js file. In the store.js file you need to use store and use configure store. Use a reducer. In the reducer you need to assign the name feedback and the file name which you have made on there. So I'm going to use the file name is import feedback reducer from feedback slice. I just assigned it, right? The next one is I need to export it default store. The last thing you need to use it inside your main.jsx file. In the main.jsx file you need to use it inside. Give me a second, I need to cut it, use provider, paste the code, use the store as a prop, and the value is coming from my store file. That's it. So let's see if have any error, so we will fix it, otherwise we can work on. There are no error. Okay, yeah, here is the error feedback written undefined. Feedback reducer, give me a second. Feed, yeah, store. Oh, where is the mistake? Feedback undefined. Okay. Guys, give me a second. The problem is I think initial state on there, and I'm gonna passing this one value. And give me a second, guys. The problem is in my spelling. Just use initial state. I think it should solve the problem. So I'm gonna save the file and look at that, guys. So we are able to use React Redux toolkit around the application. Means any component, any page, I can use all of the functionalities which I will assign inside the reducer. All right. So I'm gonna close these tabs. Close this one. I'll leave the slice file. So let's use the logic to add the functionalities, to add the records and manage the record. So let's use the functions inside the reducer. Add suggestions. Just use the add suggestion. By the way, this is a function. I'm going to pass the parameter state action. Inside the curly bracket, I will use the logic like const play load, and I need to get the data from action. Whatever the action, I will assign this one function when I will call that. So I just use action.payload. All right. And new suggestions means when I will store the record, I will use variable. By the way, I will create an object. Inside there, I'm going to assign the different type of things, key and values. The first one is ID, which is coming from date.now. Title, which is coming from, give me a second, I need to use comma. Payload. Yeah. Payload.title and description. Payload description, payload. All right, so category payload dot category, otherwise by use feature. All right, status payload that is status, otherwise blend, and upvotes by default is 0, comments by default is 0, and the next and final thing is upvoted by default is false. All right, so this is my object. What payload like this. All right, so yeah, I think good. Outside of this one object, I need to use state, right? Means this one parameter which is coming from the function, and I use dot suggestions, means I target this one, and use dot push method to store the record which one, new suggestion. All right, that's it. When I will call this one function, I need to pass two parameters. First one is state, the next one is action. So these are assigned on the particular keys and values. Means I will assign the values like a title, so it will give us the action. So I will show you how you can use it inside the application. And yeah, so this function is all about add the record. The next function I need to create it, which is handle the update. Same thing, state action, and I'm going to create a const updated action dot payload const index. I just use short state dot suggestions dot find index, calling the function and check as .id as match with updated .id. If index is not equal to -1, then I would say start.suggestions and the index index and assign the value, which is make a copy of the state.suggestions, and there have index, comma, and make a copy of the updated. That's it. This function is used to update the record. And let's move on. So there, so delete suggestions state action, and I'm going to use const id action.payload state.suggestions, and I would say state.suggestions. I would use the filter function state.filter as s.id not equal to id. Just use delete method and just state.comment. Also I need to use the id which is coming from there. By the way, this is a static data. I will call the function and I will assign the dynamic data, so you will understand better than this time. Alright, so let's move on and work on the toggle upward function. State action, and I would say id action.payload item, which is coming from state.suggestions. When I call the state, means I need to target my current states like this one. Inside they have a suggestions and comments. So I've used inside the state.suggestions and add the functionalities which help us to manage the application. Like let's say I will update the suggestion, so I just call the find index. Let's say I add the record, so I use where it is state suggestion.push method to store the new record if user will store the record. Alright, so let's use that state.suggestions that find as s.id is matched with id. If item.upvoted is not item.upvoted, item.upvotes, right, and what, assign the value item.upvoted, right, and also I'm going to use conditional based item.upvotes increment one value, otherwise I need to say math.max 0 item.upvotes -1. Alright, so yeah, which are handle the upvoting and downvoting. I mean increment or decrement, you can say that. Item upvoted, yeah, so you know how these data is coming from. I've used the upvotes and upvoted. When I call the item is represent the state.suggestions, what means I need to get the data from initial data. So give me a second, I'll show you. Here is upvotes and upvoted. So I use that item.upvoted and use the conditions. So these data is coming from there on behalf of state.suggestions. In the state.suggestion means I have used the suggestion inside the initial state. In the initial state I have a data which is coming from my mock data. Alright, so let's move on and we're going to use the comment function state action cons, and I need to destruct the value. The value is, I means data. Which data? Suggestion id comma comment action.payload. These are my own data. When I will assign the action, so I will get the suggestion id and comment, okay, from the action.payload, whatever the action I will assign it when I will call the function. I will use the logic state, not state.comments, the suggestion id. All right, so I just use state.comments suggestion id, otherwise nothing. All right, then I use state.comments suggestion id, suggestion id, and the push comment, which is coming from there. Okay, I just use the condition is checking to have a data to store the data inside the application as a command, otherwise display nothing. When user will store the records, I mean store the comments, then I would say push the particular command value inside the application. Const, I'm going to use item state.suggestions.find as, means just use the text whatever the value you will use on there. Then I'm going to use s.id is match with the suggestion id. Then I would say if item.comments match, I need to assign the value item.comments are 0, increment 1 value. Alright, so this function is used to add the comment. Then the next and final thing is place all. It is optional, but I will use it. Action, and just use return action.payload. Alright, so we have many functions: add command, replace all, toggle, delete, update, and add suggestion. So let's export it, then we're going to use them. So I'm going to use export const. I need to use destruct them, and calling the one by one function, add suggestions, updated suggestions, delete suggestions, toggle vote up, add comments, and replace all. Alright, from you need to use feedback slice dot actions, just like this. So we are good to go to use React Redux toolkit functionalities inside the application. So let's say, give me a second, I will show you. Let's say I will use this one function inside the home page, so I would get the action, and yeah, so I will show you how you can use it. So let's use the React Redux toolkit inside the home page. The first step, I need to use create a variable dispatch, and I would say use dispatch, which is coming from React Redux toolkit. And also I will use a React router DOM inside this one page, because I need to manage my routers like this one, and also I will assign many other things inside this one page. Alright, so I'm going to use const navigate, and this is coming from React router DOM. Alright, location, use location, it is also coming from React router DOM. Alright, let's get the data from Redux data. I would say suggestions, and when you'll get the data, so you need to use selector. Alright, and as you can see, which is coming from React Redux toolkit. Alright, so inside that you need to pass the value like state, and I would say state.feedback.suggestions. Right, when you will call that in the console, let's see what you will get. I'm getting the 6 object, as you can see. enhancement, comment, description, and so on and so forth. Alright, great. Let's move on, and we're going to create a states. Filter category, set filter category, set filter category, use state, by default is all. And I also create another state which is sort by, set sort by. I'm going to just use this tab. By default is most upwards. Alright, let's move on. So I'm going to handle the model if the current URL is /add, then model open like this. So I would say const model open location, alright, which is this one variable. It is a React Redux router which will handle the path, handle the URL, alright. So I would say path name is image /add. So this model will be used when the path will be /add, means open the model. Alright, let's create a function const roadmap const, and I'm going to use memo hook. Okay, the memo is important. Yeah, important. And also I need to use there when the suggestion will be changed. Okay, I think I would write it from use memo parentheses and parentheses object, and this is a dependency, right? Alright, so yeah, inside there I will use the few things. First one is I need to use plant as a key. The value is suggestions.filter. Suggestions means I need to target my React Redux toolkit data, and I'm going to use the filter as status as image with plant dot length. Alright, length. Then I need to use in progress. This is a key. The value is suggestions dot filter as, and I would say s dot status is image in progress. All right, dot length. Then finally I need to use leave suggestions dot filter as s dot status is equal to dot length. These are getting data as a number base, so I need to use there is integer. Okay, I think it's perfect. So I have used there planned in progress layer, which is these details like this one, planned in progress. Make sure you have in progress. Let me check the spelling. Yeah, it's perfect. So let's move on, and we will handle the few things. Then we're gonna implement inside this one home page. So I'm going to use handlers, and open add navigate like this, slash add, close model. When user close the model, I would say navigate -1. Also I'm going to add the comment, go back to previous route. Alright guys, so yeah, let's use the handle add function. I would say payload, and I would say this page is coming from this one variable. It is use dispatch function, which is handle the React Redux toolkit functionalities, which are handle the functions. All right, so I'm going to use it as a function as add suggestion. Okay, add suggestion. Basically it is function which is coming from your this one feedback slice. Then I would say close model, close mode. This is not mode, but I'm going to use model like this. And when I will call this one function, these details will be executed, and these code will be executed. Let's handle upwards ID, and I would say this page, and the function name is toggle upward, and inside that I'm going to pass the ID, which is this one. When I will call this one function, I need to pass the ID. The last and final thing is very important. I need to move on the app.jsx file, and by default I have passing these details. Like in the main router have a home page, detail page have a particular detail page, roadmap have this one. But after the detail, by the way, yeah, no, I'm going to use it as a feedback. Okay, this is readable name. Slash colon ID means I will pass the ID. Let's use this one like feedback, and this is ID means I will use the one. This one will be passed on this one ID, right? Because when I will get the particular post, I need to get the ID. All right, so I need to pass there as ID. All right, yeah, so perfect. Also, but yeah, I will fix all the functionalities on that. The next one is edit. So I'm going to make a copy of this one. This is route feedback ID, whatever the ID I will pass on there, slash and edit. When this URL will be hit, what this mean this is a particular ID slash edit. Then I will get the particular post on the model. All right, I will work on it and I will show you step by step, but these are basically routes handling. All right, let's move on, and this is a roadmap. I will also mention this one. Same page shows edit model based on route. So this will be handle our model, and I would also use route, and yeah. Give me a second. The path name is add element, which is our home page component, guys, not home page component, home page, like this. So the last and final thing I would say, route path is whatever, then the element should be use home page, and I will show you how you can use it. So this is ID, so I need to handle this one ID, right? When I will use this one ID, so I will show you how you can fix it. I mean how you can get the ID. So in order to get the ID, you need to use handle, create a function handle view item, and I would say navigate little template slash feedback. This is my URL, like this one, and I need to pass the ID, right? Slash dollar item.id, right? Cool. And also I've used the navigate.add, means this is the URL that I have passed on there. By the way, I need to use slash add. All right, great. So guys, we are good to go to use these functions inside the application. It's time to use the functionalities inside the page. So let's work on the sidebar. All right, so I'm going to close this one, this tab. In the sidebar, I need to assign as a prop filter. Just use filter category and assign the values filter category state, which is coming from the top that I have stored on there. All right, then I would say set filter category. I'm going to use set filter category. This is my second prop, and roadmap counts. Open roadmap, and I will call the function which are handle the roadmap. So I would say navigate slash roadmap. By the way, this is my path URL which I have assigned on somewhere. Okay, here. All right, so this is the usage of these React Router DOM. Okay. The last one, final thing I'm going to use open add is open add. This is model, like this one. So I'm going to open the sidebar. In the sidebar, I need to add these details. But before adding that, I need to destruct the values like this, one by one. Roadmap counts, comma, on roadmap, on add, and I'm going to use comma in that. And also I have a simple object values which is categories. So here by default all UI UX enhancement bug feature category. So let's add them inside the application. The first thing is map method, not first. Okay, so I'm gonna remove it. Use categories dot map cat and paste. I remove this one code, guys. Okay, categories dot map cat and space the complete code. Just remove it and use there is get. You will be able to see categories. I'm getting I think something is wrong. Okay, let's fix it. Let's find the function and we're gonna fix it. Home page filter dot length. Okay, home page filter dot length. Okay, here is the function, so I need to use parentheses. The next is, let's refresh it and suggestion dot filter. Okay. This is also function, guys. So let's refresh it. And where is length? Something length. Give me a second. and why I'm getting the problem. Planned equal to length. I need to get the length only, and okay, I think we are done. So I'm gonna save the file and let's see what you'll get. Yeah guys, cool. I'm gonna refresh my page. There are no any error, and we are getting the categories inside there, as you can see, right? So yeah, that's perfect. And what is the next thing? I'm gonna add it. Yeah, I will use the color combinations. So I would say filter category is matched with our kit. Then I would say MBG blue 600, text should be white. Otherwise I would BG blue 50, text should be blue 600. When hover that, and 100. Right, so I think we are getting a result, guys, as you can see. Cool. But it doesn't work when I click on that particular category. So in order to use the functionalities like on click, so I'm going to add the on click, and I'm going to use set filter category, which is as a prop is coming from my home page, and I would say kit like this. So let's try to use it. I'm going to click on it. Yeah, cool. But my content is not changed. Wait, we will fix it step by step. All right, so the next one is view roadmap. All right, so this is button. In the button I need to add the event on click and just use open roadmap, just like that. Save the file and let's see this one. I think I'm getting the roadmap, as you can see, but I need to add many other things step by step. All right, cool. Let's move on. And this is the planned. So inside there I need to add my dynamic plan detail. So I need to say roadmap counts dot planned, and look at that, guys. Number 2, the planned is coming from there, so I have a sign on there like this one. So you can use same thing to add the progress like this, and I just change it in progress. Alright, so this is live, so I'm going to use it. What's the name? Okay, yeah, I'm going to save the file, and yeah, I'm getting the details inside there. So the last and final thing is add feedback. Alright, so in the add feedback I just use on click open model. Okay, so open add, which is coming from this one. So we are successfully designed use the logic inside the sidebar, but when I open the add, I can't see any page, but my URL has been changed. So we're gonna work on it, guys. So I need to move on our code editor, and we will use the static data to dynamic data. Alright, so here is a suggestions length, so I'm going to remove it and use suggestions length, and also I'm going to use the suggestion. Right, it should be display this suggestion length. Right, these data is coming from my mock, and this is sort by. So in the sort by, the value should be sort by, and when the value will be changed, I need to use e, means element, set sort by the value is e.target.value. Whatever the value I will get from there, the value will be stored in the state, like set sort by. Yeah, cool. And this is the feedback. I need to use the on click on add. By the way, on add is used to display and hide the model, display the model. Alright, so this is a very important feedback list, so I'm gonna open it. Inside there I need to pass in the props, suggestions. So the first one, prop is suggestion, filter category, filter category, sort by, and on view, handle view, right? So I need to go on there, destruct them, suggestions, filter category, and filter category sort by view. So this is our, before using it I need to make many things. So I need to use filter category, and I will use the logic on there, filter suggestions.category, suggestion.filter, filter function, and I'm going to use the filter category, which is coming from prop, is match with all to display s.category equal to category. Alright, so this is very simple. The next one is sort by. So let's use the sort by const sorted, make a copy of the filtered, and I will use sort a comma p, make object is sort by is match most upwards. Make sure you need to use same name that you have used on there. Alright, so these names must, yeah, so return b dot upwards negative by a dot upwards. Alright, okay, I'm gonna make a multiple copies, just change the name, leave upwards, and the same thing. And this is the most comments, b dot comments, just change the name, and this is also comments. Alright, so this is a leave, not leave, list. Alright, so I'm gonna copy it and paste it. Alright, so this is a conditional base, so I would say get it, and I'm going to use sample if sort by dot length is made so display that. Otherwise move on there and display the feedback list, but I will use method on there. So I'm going to use, because this is a sorted data I need to display on the page, I'm going to use sort by dot map as and display that. Alright, and inside there I'm going to pass the parameters keyed s.id suggestions, the value is as on upwards what the value is coming from on upward as a coming from the prop, not in the prop but where it is, where give me a second, where this value is coming from. Yeah, value is coming from this prop, but I didn't use it. So give me a second, I just check it. Suggestions, filter category sort by on upwards. Okay, on upward, and the value should be handle upward. Alright, so just get it and use on the top. Create upward, and then I'm gonna use sort by the values, sort by. Alright, so this is coming from this, not sort by, just use sorted. Alright, and the last and final thing you need to use on view should be on view. Alright, so let's see. I'm getting the data. Okay, these data is coming from there, but I need to display the dynamic data, so I'm going to open it and destruct the values, like these values, suggestions, like there. And what is the next one? On upwards, on view. But I think I don't need to use, yeah, suggestion upward sort by. I don't need to use sort by on there. Alright, just passing the suggestion upward on view. I'm going to remove the sidebar. Alright, so in this page you will use these things. So this is a, give me a second, I will check it. Suggestion upwards. So what I'm going to do on there, suggestions. The first thing is, this is my complete, the particular page, particular section like this one. When I click on it, I will move on the particular section. So I'm going to add the event on click and calling on view. Okay, this is on view is coming from there, this one function, and I'm going to show you on view, not this one. Yeah, I think, yeah. So this is a handle view function which are used to redirect on the particular section, like feedback / particular ID. So when user will click on that, so I need to display the particular ID post. Alright, so I'm going to use and on view suggestions like this, and let's try to use it. As you can see, I'm getting 1, the ID is 1. When I click on the second one, I'm getting feedback ID 2, feedback ID 3, and so on. So let's move on and use the another things. This is basically, what is this? Upwarding. Alright, so in there, the first step, I'm going to add the event, should be on click a.stop propagation, and I'm going to call, okay, use curly bracket. Reason for using curly bracket, I will use many other things. On upward, and on upward should be suggestions.id. Right, so this is the suggestions, but also I'm going to add the conditional based classes on there. So I would say suggestion.upwarded, right, is exist. So I would say bgw 600, text should be white, otherwise I would say bgray 100. When hover the mouse, bgw 100, text should be gray 800. Alright, so I'm going to save the file, and I can't see, yeah, I'm able to see, but when I click on it, I'm able to see these details. Okay, and let's move on and add the values. So this is upward, so I just change it, use suggestion dot upvotes. It should be display the numbers. Cool guys, I'm getting there. Alright, and these are working perfectly when I click on it to increase the values, right? And let's see, this is suggestion title, so I would say suggestions.title, suggestion.description, and this will be suggestion.category. Alright, so I'm going to save the file and look at it guys. And let's move on, and we will use the same thing to display the comments. I'm going to use suggestion.comments. Alright, so I'm going to save the file. I'm getting the values. Right? When I click on it, I'm moving on the particular page, but I will work on the feedback in particular section on. Okay, so let's move on, and we will work on the model. So I'm going to close this one tab and feedback list, and I'm going to uncomment it. The first step I'm going to use prop is open, model open, on close model, on add, handle add, editing feedback. By default I will assign null. Open that, destruct the value is open, on close, on add, and the last one is editing feedback. Alright, so let's see how we will manage it. The first thing is I need to make a object. In the object I'm gonna passing the values as form data, set form data has a state. By default use state. In the object base I need to pass the title, should be nothing by default. These are by default values, and I'm going to use future. Status should be plan. Alright, description should be nothing. Then I will create a use effect hook when user will click on the edit. So also I need to mention the edit as well on this page. Alright, so when I have, just give me a second, I use effect, and in this dependency area I'm going to use editing feedback is change, or is open is change, then use effect will be execute, means inside there have a mini code, so this code will be executed. So the first step I'm going to use, if editing feedback is exist, means user will edit the record. I will also manage it on later. This time I will use the logic inside the model. When user will click on the edit, then I would say set form data, and I need to assign the value title. The value is coming from editing feedback.title, otherwise nothing. I make multiple copies, and this will be category. Same thing you can do down there. Alright, otherwise this will be future, and this is status, so I would say just like status. By default is planned, and last one is description. Right, otherwise nothing. So by the way, this is the if statement. In the else statement I would say set form data, by default value is nothing, like this. Alright, cool. let's use simple thing. If not is open, what model, return model, and there we go. But when I click on it, I'm getting the model, right? And this is my URL, as you can see on my screen. URL. Let me refresh it. Also, I can on that I'm also getting the same model, but also I need to work on the model to close that. Right, let's move on, and we will use many things. First of all, I need to handle the submit, means form submission. I need to make a function which will handle the input fields. I would say e.prevent default if editing feedback is exist. So I would say on update, where it is on update. Okay, I will create that function. Give me a second, guys. I will leave the editing section on this time because I will work on another page. I will use the logic, then I will work on this one. So this is also same thing that I've used on there. But inside there, I just use simple thing, which is used to just use on add, which is coming from the prop like this, and I'm going to passing the form data like this. Alright, we don't need to use anything else because I will work on the edit section. Alright. So yeah, this is also same thing, but I have used the logic on there. You can use, give me a second, I will leave it and I will teach you how you can set up it. Alright, so I'm going to use the function handle delete, and this will be same thing. I will use if editing feedback is exist, so just use return, and I will display the model if window confirm confirm. Are you sure you want to delete this feedback? And what I'm going to do in there, I'm going to call the function on delete. Guys, I need to pass on delete. Let's see. I built the function. Give a second. This is a feedback model. Not now we need it, but okay. I will leave this one on this time. Alright, so I will show you how you can manage it, guys, because I will use same model to edit the record. So this is all about on there. Alright, so this is create a feedback. So inside there I'm going to use is editing feedback is exist, so I'm going to use edit feedback. Otherwise I would say create new account, a new feedback. Right, so this is a clause, so I would like to use on clause event, which is coming from the prop. Alright, and this is a feedback title. By the way, I need to add the event on submit inside the form, which is handle submit, and also I'll use the class should be space y6 feedback title, and this is the input field. Inside there I need to pass the value which is coming from the form data state, form data state dot title, and the value is when I change the event, the value should be stored in the set form data is object based. Make a copy of the form data. Title is a key. The value is e.target.value. I'm gonna copy that like this, and I'm gonna paste. I don't need to paste in. Yeah, I'm gonna paste it, and I will show you. This is a form data title, but inside there I'm gonna use form data.category, and inside there you need to change the title. Should be category. Alright, so yeah, cool. Feature, UI, UX, and great. This is option, so here I'm gonna paste the same thing. This is the description, so not description, this is the status. Oh, this status. The last and final thing is description. So form data description target means when the user will be changed the value from the input field, the value will be stored in the set form data. Alright, and I have used the, give me a second, I'll show you guys. I've used the object based form. This is the form data. Alright, so I didn't use it. Give me a second. Form data. Form data. Right, so I need to change it because this is a readable name. Let me check in the top. Yeah, great. And yeah, so here is a delete and delete, cancel, add feedback. By the way, I will leave this one and I'm going to use the conditional based to display the delete button, which is editing feedback is exist, so display this one, but otherwise do not display it. And this is a close or cancel, so I need to use onClose event by the onClick event and calling onClose function. And this is my function, which are not function, this is a button which are used to handle the event. I don't need to use event on there, but I will use this is editing, save changes. Otherwise I need to just add feedback. Alright, so I add the event in the form, as you can see. So let's see what you're getting on there. I'm getting the values. I'm going to click on it to close it. Yeah, perfect. Let's add the value. If we are stored the value, then we are good to go to use it. Hello. I can't see the value. Let me check it. On delete is not defined inside. Okay, on delete where? Home page. I think I used the on delete someone. Let me check it on delete. Where I used on delete? Home page. I think we need to display the data. Okay. I'll try to use another way, guys. Give me a second. I need to move on the top, and when the data will be stored, submit data, I just check it's working or not. So I'm going to use the console.log. Alright, So then we're gonna manage it. Hello, we are working with Ray. Guys, I'm getting the data as you can see on the screen. Hello, feature, these are details. These details are coming from the form. So I will work on the edit section and we will manage this one model. Then you will be able to see everything is perfect. All right. So let's move on our next page. This page is almost completed, but we will work on the edit feature. Then it should be display the content inside there. If there are any error, we will fix it. All right. So we will move on the next page. Means I need to click on that. I need to fix all of the functionalities which are inside there. When I click on it to edit the record inside the model. So yeah. So let's move on. The feedback page. So I'm going to close this one as well. So this is the detail edit page. Let's open the detail page and let me yeah, inside they have a lot of things that we need to fix it, guys. So then we will move on. All right, so step one, we need to destruct the ID like this one from the URL. So I need to use const the ID use params. Then I will say const suggestion ID. I need to convert it into number by using number function navigate, which is coming from React router DOM location, and I'm going to use location dispatch, which is coming from React Redux toolkit. So I'm going to use dispatch. All right, I'd say suggestions. When you need to get the select the data, so you need to use selector. When you calling the function, you need to use dispatch. All right, in the React Redux toolkit. I'm passing it as .feedback .suggestions. All right, const. I need to get the commands, so you can use same thing. Use selectors as, and I would say as.feedback.commands. When I use selector and passing the value as means, I would say I need to move on this one page, and inside there I need to target my particular values which is coming from there, like initial state is suggestions commands. All right, let's move on, and I'm going to use const feedback use memo and not this suggestions that find us, and I'll say s.id is match with suggestion id, which is coming from my this one URL, which are stored inside the variable, guys. When this use memo will be executed when the suggestion will be changed or suggestion ID will be changed. All right, so let's move on and use if feedback doesn't exist, so I need to navigate where my home page and just return null value. And this is the important part which are facing the problem by adding the record and displaying the record inside our main page. So I'm going to use const is editing is edit route. So I need to get the path name. All right, so the path name I need to use location dot path name dot ends with what is the ends with edit, right? So I'm going to use edit like this. Correct. So this is a variable which help us to get the path if the edit or not. Then I would say const close model and just use navigate and -1. Handle upward. And I need to call the function, so what I'm going to do on there, I will call the dispatch, right? In the dispatch I need to call the function which is coming from my React Redux toolkit, toggle upward. But inside the toggle upward, let me check it, and I'm going to show you very important thing. I'm going to open the toggle upward. So in the toggle upwards, I pass the state in action. All right. So I've used the simple thing on there. This is ID means when I will pass the value as action, this variable will get the ID. So here is important thing that I'm going to passing the value on there is feedback. All right. Feedback. Give me a second. Where is feedback? Okay, I'm facing issues. Okay, so this is a variable which have ID, so I'm getting the ID from there, feedback, and when I use dot and say ID. All right, so this feedback ID will assign on this one function as action based, and on behalf of ID we will get the item. On behalf of item, I'm going to use the simple logic to display upwards and increment values and so on. All right, great. I hope you understood as well all about it, guys. So let's create another function which are handle add comments. So I need to get the suggestion ID and comment. Just use dispatch as a function, all right, which you have used on there. And by the way, this is a React Redux toolkit function usage. So inside there, I'm going to be passing the function, which function? Update suggestion. And inside there, you need to pass the value is what? Not update. This is a basically add comment action. Add comment, guys. And this is passing is object-based value. The first one is suggestion ID. The second one is comment. The comment is, give me a second. All right. The suggestion ID is coming from the parameter, and comment is also coming from the parameter. When I will call the function, I need to pass suggestion ID and comment. I will use it inside the page, and you will get many things. Alright, so let's move on, and we will create a more than two functions which are used to handle update. And I'm going to passing it a payload. Whatever the value will be passed on there, and I'm going to use dispatch, and inside there I'm going to passing the function which is update suggestion, and passing the value is payload. By the way, these are functions I have made inside there. So this one, right? So yeah, I use close model on there, and same thing to create a function handle delete, and this will get ID to delete. You can pass this one as ID like this. It is best way to understand that. Calling the dispatch and calling the function delete suggestion, and inside there you need to pass parameter is coming from the function like this. when you will call it, then it will be use the ID. And last thing, we need to use navigate. When user will delete the record, then I need to move on the home page. All right, so these are my details. We will use them inside the detail view, and also we will use the edit model on there because we need to set up the edit functionalities on there. So first thing is I'm going to use feedback and assign the feedback. The next parameter, or basically next prop, is comments. So I need to get the comments feedback.id or nothing. All right, and on back, so I'd say navigate / like this. Then I need to use upward and just use handle upward. Handle upward. What is the name? Handle upward. It is a readable name, guys. Just passing on there. And the next one is on open editing. So I will say navigate / feedback. This is my URL. Let me show you. Feedback, this is my URL / okay, but I will use little template on there because I will pass the ID, guys. Feedback, and inside I'm gonna use why I'm getting, give me a second. Okay, give me a second. I don't use this. Okay, so inside there I need to passing the ID which is coming from feedback.id. This is a feedback, guys. Okay, and there I will get the ID and assign the ID on there, this one, and this is the edit functionality, so I will work on it / edit. All right, the last thing is on add comment, handle add comment. So I need to move on this one, detail view. So I'm going to destruct the value which is coming from there. So let's add them. Let's add one by one comments and on peg, upward, on edit, and this is our add on comment. And we need to create a state which are handle the comments. New comment, set new comment, not comment, but use comment. Use state. By default is nothing. Create a function handle post. Okay, and there I will use if comment new comment. By the way, the trim means remove the space and just return. Otherwise I will create a comment object and id is state.now, and this is a static data, guys. I'm gonna passing it current user, and username should be user, current user, avatar I'm gonna use should be, give me a second, I will get the URL of the image, then image should be displayed. the text should be which is new comments, which is this, and date is just use just now. All right, after that I'm going to use on add comment as a prop, which is coming from the top, and I need to pass two parameters. First one is feedback id, feedback.id. The second one I need to pass its comment. All right, the next one I'm going to use set new comment, nothing. And yeah, that's perfect, and we will move on and we will use it. This is a go back. Okay, so in the go back flex transaction, give me a second. Okay, in the top, the go back, and I'm going to use on click on back, and let's try to use them one by one. Click on it. I'm getting issue. Where the issue is coming from? Use memo is not defined. Where detail page. Just import it. I think we are good to go. Suggestion detail page view suggestion IDs that find is not function. Okay, suggestion ID. Where is the line number 23? Detail page 23 here. So let me check it. What's wrong with this? Use memo dot find. Okay. I need to use the suggestions. I don't need to use suggestion ID. All right. So let's refresh it. All right, I'm getting the value, but click on it. I can't see any value inside. The reason for it doesn't display anything else, because on behalf of particular ID, I need to display the content. All right, so I think we will update it. So then it should be display the content. And yeah, so yeah, we're gonna check it now. What will wrong? If we will face the same thing, then we're gonna fix it. This is a comment. Give me a second, guys. There are many issues. Give me a second. I need to move on detail page. So in the detail page, I need to find out the problems. Okay, the first problem is this page, so I need to use this page. Right, so move on there, move on there, move on this one as well. The second problem is use memo is missing to return the data. Right, so okay, here's another problem. Then the next problem, I need to check it now. Navigate. Okay, I will use it inside the use effect. It is very simple. Use effect, and this will be, and there I'm going to use feedback will be change, or navigate will be change. This code will be used. All right, and what's the next one? if feedback is not written down. Alright, so cool. And I think we are good to go to check it. Yeah, cool. Let's refresh the page. I'm getting the details. Not details, but I'm able to see the page. But when I click on there, I'm getting back, and I'm going to select this one, post, and just change the details. As you can see, this is the fourth ID. On behalf of this one ID, I need to display the content inside this one page. So let's add the content one by one. And by the way, this is the top, and this is the edit. So in the edit, I need to use on click on open edit. Alright, then move on, and this is upward, so just use on click on upward. And also I'm going to use the conditional based classes on there. Should be feedback dot upvoted exist, so BGP 600, text should be wide, otherwise I would say BGP 100, then hover the mouse, BGP 100, text should be gray, save the file, and it should be apply on there, as you can see. Correct. This is not this one, but here is a vote. Alright, so this is a vote. So I just changed the static data to dynamic data by using feedback.upvotes like this. I'm going to save the file, and it should be display the votes. Alright, so let's see the title. If there, yeah, here is the title, so just change it. Use feedback.title. Same thing I'm going to do with this, copy and just paste on there. Feedback.description, feedback.category. You should be able to see these details. Category like this. Right, when I click on it, just focus on this one, add to tag theme option. I'm going to click on it. I'm getting the particular category details like add to card and comments, and yeah, cool. And this is the feedback comments. So just use feedback.comments like this. It should be display the comments, but this is a conditional based, so I'm going to cut it, use comments and comments.length greater than so, and display that. Why this comment length, give me a second, comments length okay, I will work on this one to display the comments.length comments. This is a comment name, so give me a second, I need to use main method, guys. So where I will use here, because there are many comments, so just remove it and use comments.map comment passing complete comments code, and just change the name, like this is a what, where is the image? Okay, here is image. So I need to use comment.image, not image, avatar, and this is a comment.name, and this is a comment username. All right, comment.username, and this is the reply, and this is the comment text. So just change it, use comment.text, and this is the conditional based. So I'd say index, I didn't use index. Yeah, I'm gonna use the index on there. And this, give me a second, and I'm gonna cut it and use inside there. Alright, and I would say passing the value index, just use index, copy, and I'm gonna use index is less than comment dot length and display, just display that. All right, why this is happening? What happening on there, guys? Give me a second. This is my code. I just use conditional based index, means index is starting from 0. So I'd say index less than comment which is coming from there, the length -1, and display that. Okay, but I'm facing issue on the give me a second. The problem is all about on there. So this is a curly bracket. I need to remove the curly bracket from there. This is not passing on there. So let's try to use it. Okay, it doesn't apply on there. Okay, it is applying on there. Yeah, great, guys. Alright, guys, there are more than 2 comments and features, and yeah, click on edit. I'm getting the number 2, the particular post ID, and edit. This is a URL that you want to use on the edit. As you can see, ID number you need to pass on there. This is a URL that you have used someone in the homepage. Yeah, I think let me check it. Where are you? Not a homepage. I will use it in the model, guys, but we will work on in the model, and we will display the data in the model. All right, so let's see another things. Okay, this is the text area. In the text area is very important thing that you need to use it. The first one is you need to assign the value should be new comment. When you change the value, you should be assign the value in the new state, e.target.value, and I'm gonna passing the placeholder as well. Type your comment here. And also I need to display the characters counter. Okay, so I would say 250 character negative by new comments dot length character left, and this is a post command, so I would say on click handle post, and when disabled new command trim, and yeah, I think it's perfect. And let's try to use it. I'm gonna use hello. Cool guys, I'm getting that detail inside this one page. Let's open this one and I'm gonna add hello. Yeah guys, the command is count number, and when I move on there, where is this one, the number 3, one comment. When you will increment the comment hello to the second comment, move on there, this is a second comment in the top. All right, so guys, this is the last and final thing we need to work on, that to display the data inside this one page, edit data, and so on. So this is all about model. So I need to move on detail view page. I'm in detail page. So inside they have all of the functionalities that I used, but I need to add one more thing inside this one page, which is, give me a second guys, feedback model. Same model that I need, feedback model, like this. But inside there I need to pass the parameter is open, so I'd say is editing on close model, on update, handle update, alright, and on delete, handle delete. And yeah, so the last and final thing is editing is edit route, which is a variable that I have made on the top, like this one. This will give us the path is exist, so I need to get the feedback, otherwise I need to get nothing. All right, what happening on there? Okay, I need to use on the column. So these are props. If some props are missing inside there, so we need to add them, and we need to use that inside this one page or inside the model. So I have is open, on close, on add, but I need to add on more than on update, on delete, and this is a alright, so let's update it, so I don't need to change it. If editing is, sorry guys for my sound, it's not good. Alright, so the editing is exist, so assign the data in the form object like this, otherwise I need to display the empty values. This effect will be executed when the editing feedback is changed or its model is changed, and is open is true, yeah, and handle submitted is very important, so we will update it. So I'm going to change it and use if editing feedback is exist, so I would say on update function and on update, make a copy of editing feedback and I assign the form data like this. In the else statement, I need to pass the value like on add and on add the form data like this. Alright, and same thing you can do on the editing, so just use there, and I'm going to use if window.confirm, are you sure you want to delete this feedback? Just use, and I'm going to use on delete and on delete editing feedback .id, just passing the onClose function. All right, and we are good to go to use it, guys. All right, but before moving on that, I need to where I used okay, I think we are good to go to use it, but let's, so give me a second, is editing. Yeah, it's perfect. And close, and let's see. I'm getting the data, guys. All right, I just check it. I'm gonna click on it to close it. Let's edit it. Solution 2, solution, and click on save. Changed. I can delete it. I'm able to see the deleted record, but when I click on it, I can't see anything else inside there. But when you will open the model, by default is you can't see the delete button, right? So let's add demo and let's try to use it if it's working or not. Hello. But in the main page, give me a second, I need to check it why I'm not getting my, give me a second. Sidebar, this is suggestions, sort, feedback list, suggestions, and suggestions. Give me a second. Guys, let me check this one page and find the problem inside the add suggestion. Okay, the first problem is I used a payload. This is a payload, just use it, payload update, and this is a payload. Next one is state.suggestions, new suggestions. Yeah, great. Action or title, action or description. Yeah, it's perfect, guys. So save it and let's open detail view page, and this is the suggestions which is coming from there. So I would say console.log suggestions. Let's see what you are getting. Okay, and I'm gonna open it, console, the 6 values, but when I will add the model, there are no record stored inside the list, so something is wrong. Alright, so this is the one object, so yeah, we're gonna fix it. Give me a second. So guys, I have tried it, so let me show you the problem inside my function, which is add the record. When you will add the record, you need to update the action.payload, so you need to fix it. So I'm gonna use dispatch and passing that as payload like this, so it should be solve the problem. So let me write hello something, record has been stored. I'm getting the 7 suggestion. Hello, when I click on it, I'm getting that I can see the future category. Go back. If I change the category, and by the way, the all functionalities are working perfectly. Let's say I click on the most force. As you can see, I can click enhancement, but these are categories. When I click on there, this is the last thing. All right, this is the roadmap. I need to display the roadmap values or roadmap functionalities inside this page. So let's move on our code editor and we will work on the last page, like detail view page. And where is roadmap page? Give me a second. Okay, here is the roadmap page. So I'm going to remove that. Just open roadmap page. And the roadmap page, the first step, I need to get the suggestions. So I'm going to use suggestions, use selector hook, and then I'm going to use s.feedback.suggestions. all right, same thing, I'm going to use dispatch, use dispatch function, navigate, use navigate, and handle upward, passing the ID, dispatch, and I'm going to call the function which is coming from my feedback slice. In there I need to pass the ID which is coming from the function parameter, and same thing, I'm going to use next one function, handle view, item, navigate, and I'm going to passing there as feedback URL slash and item.id. all right, last one is const open height, and I'm going to use navigate, and this will be it. all right, so I need to pass as a props suggestions, the suggestions, and on back I'm going to calling the function when you click on the on back, just use navigate the home page URL. all right, and on view I would say handle view, on add I would say on add open it. okay, this is the function, and last one is on upward, handle upward. all right, so these are props, so I'm going to open the page and we're going to use them as a prop, destruct them one by one and we will use it. Give me a second. Okay, the last one like this. So the next one is I get the data like this one. all right, so okay, I need to enter it inside this one, right, because this is coming from the prop. The next one is I need to add the functionalities on each thing like this with go back. So I would say on there is on click, the function which is coming from on back, and this is a roadmap, and this is a add. So inside there I'm going to call the function on add, and this is category length. So by the way, I will use map method inside there to display all of the details. So I'm going to use status query and tab map category parentheses, paste the code, and you will get different result, as you can see. all right, so we will change the details, static details to dynamic details. So this is a category line, so I would say category.name and what, okay, parentheses curly bracket category.items.length. It should be display the length. Right, so these are lengths, and these are names, by the way, names and length. Then we will check what is required. Okay, here is the category name, so I need to use many things inside that. Curly bracket category dot name equal to plant. Then I would say ideas prioritized for research, and I will write same thing, category dot name equal to in progress. Then what is okay, I will use currently being developed. And why I'm getting, give me a second. This is a curly bracket closing on there. Alright, cool. So let's, yeah, great. The last one, I need to copy that and paste it. Same thing, just change it to live, and this will be released features. Alright, so yeah, this is the title name. Give me a second. Where I will use map method. Give me a second. Space. Okay, I think there is some mistake inside my designing, so I will fix it. So for inside this one, there are a lot of things we need to change it, guys. So the first thing is very important. This is a h2 category name, and here is a I just cut it and I'm gonna paste on there, right after the h2, and this is my next data that I need to use map method, right? So I'm gonna cut it, and inside there I want to use map method. So category dot items dot map is item parentheses, paste the same code, but I need to change the details. So the first one is, this is to MR2. By the way, I will use the dynamic color, which is coming from category.color, and inside this one div, by the way, I will leave it, I don't need to use it. This is the category name, so I'm going to use category.name, which is coming from our top page. Alright, so this is the title, so I'll say item dot title, item dot title. This will be item dot description, item dot category, and I think we are good to go to check it. But before checking it, few things we need to add it. This is the last, not last, okay. item.upvotes, item comments, item.comments. Alright, so I'm going to save the file. Let's see what you will get. Yeah, great. When I click on any post, I can't see the particular post. So let's use function. Okay, the first one is this is the voting. Alright, so here, before adding the event, I also mentioned that is conditional based designing. bgw 600 text should be white, otherwise I would say bgw 100. when I hover the mouse, bgw 100 text should be gray. Okay, I'm going to save the file and there are no changes. By the way, I also changed the color combination in the category. Okay, here. But let me check it. BG orange. Why this color doesn't apply on? Okay. I would like to use this, and I think it should be applied. Oh guys, there are some designing mistakes, so give me a second. I just check it in my code. Give me a second. This is my main page, our main item. So inside I'm going to use a style. There should be border top, color should be category dot color dot replace. I'm going to use bg comma, and this will be hash. And yeah guys, I'm getting the particular color combination on them, and this is the category color combination. So yeah, before fixing it, let's add the event on this one of voting. So I'd say on click stop propagation, and then by the way, I will use multiple functions, so I would like to use curly brackets on a vote, and on a vote should be item.id, and voting. Yeah, the last and final thing, I need to add the event when user click on the particular post, so it should be move on. This is my header, so let me check it where I will use on view event. Right, so give me a second. This is my okay. Here is on click on view. I need to pass the video which is coming from the item, so I think it should be solve the problem. Let's use it. Yeah guys, I'm getting the particular post. This is the ID. Click on it to move on, and this is a view page. I'm getting all of the things, but the problem is in my category. All right, so let's finally fix it. And why this category doesn't work. In the category name text gray, and yeah, it's perfect. category color. Okay, so I'm going to use item.color. So I think no, this is coming from the top, and I don't know why this color doesn't apply on the category. Feature enhancement. Give me a second. I will use manually colored and let's see what happening. I will use the BG keyword. Let's see where the data is. Category name. Oh, everything is there, guys. Okay, so where it is, I don't know. I'm facing problem inside the designing, guys. Category name. Let's remove it and let's find out where it is. I'm gonna refresh my page. By the way, this is not on there, and this is a tag, I think. This is top, and this is map method. This is a category color, title, category name. I'm gonna remove it. Yeah, okay, the problem inside this one page. Right, so let's find out the problem. And PGW text should be okay. The problem inside there, just like this. Yeah, guys, great. So this is a little bit of problem inside the designing, so just fix it. So this video is all about how to build a feedback application using React and also Tailwind CSS. I have used React Router DOM, React Redux toolkit to add all of the functionalities inside the page. I hope you are understood as well all about it. So thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.